Shalom, shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Allahayno, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham Rakakwadash. All right, you see the geezer on the screen, okay? China Mac. You know, he's pretty good when he spits. You know, obviously grew up in New York City, family, pretty much gang affiliated. That's why I got this spiritual theory. You know, wherever so-called hood you go to, where there's a certain ethnicity, right, around the so-called Chinese or the Japs or any like Samoans or whatever, if you see a group of them that sort of interact and they've got that sort of certain steez, like which they've got that sort of Jake steez, and they sort of click up together. Those are usually Israelite foreigners amongst these groups, okay? Because Moab's not going to really have that sort of hand-to-hand combat, fisticuffs kind of spirit, because the heathens, don't get it twisted, there's men of war amongst them, but for the most part, they're more covert, they're more, they do things like stab you in the back rather than face you forefront and deal with you, okay? But anyway, China Mac. Now we all know who Jesse Lee Peterson is, right? We know he's a Mo. The guy looks like a badger, right? Or a raccoon. And he is a fucking coon, right? This guy is definitely set up, okay? And he's talking to China Mac saying that when he was young, because Jesse Lee Peterson is probably like close to 70, right? So when he was a young man, it's probably like the early 80s, late 70s. And he's talking about so-called black people, right? The tribe of Judah, Benjamin, Levi, for example, didn't hate so-called white people, the Edomites, when he was a young man. And China Mac caught onto his bullshit, okay? Because China Mac's clique predominantly are either the Israelite foreigners that are either so-called Chinese, that look so-called Chinese, right? Or they're Jake with the original look, or Jakes that are Northern Kingdom, right? You got to listen to it and just see yourself, man. And this Jesse Lee Peterson guy is definitely set up to sort of, call to, it's like, Hegelian dialectic, I believe that's how you say it. Pressure from above, pressure from below, where they have certain, I'll call him a Negro, right? With the Negro look, that sometimes you think that, okay, when he's like interviewing one of them Transformers, he speaks a bit of common sense, Jesse Lee Peterson. But when it comes to the plight of the so-called black man in America, he goes 360 against Jake, man. You would think, the end of these people, right, is going to be really bad, because I'm sick and to death, right, of Jake being a coon, man. All right? Okay, I'm sick to death of it, man. The hell that Jake goes through, and you got motherfuckers like this that try and make it like Jake is like everybody else, when Jake is specifically targeted, man. Remember that scene in Menace to Society, the picnic scene, when you got the Jake that's a Muslim, his father's a teacher in a school, and he's talking to Cain, and he's talking about being a black man in America, and then he uses that term, which sort of shook me when I watched it 25 years ago. The hunt is on. Okay? Yeah, Jake's always been targeted, man. You just think about it. You're constantly targeted from the womb, because you got the so-called black woman terminating babies, right? But you got these dumbass ninjas calling them goddesses, which they're not. Okay, a goddess, there ain't no such thing as a goddess. Okay, and especially when they, and a power doesn't bleed once a month either. Okay, right? And then it's danger for Jake in the womb. It's danger for Jake in school because of weirdo teachers. It's danger for Jake even playing in the street because coppers, the Edomite coppers, might gun them down, right? Because they're told by their superiors that treat the so-called black man and brown man, right, as primary targets. Shoot first, ask questions later. When you see Edomites, right, in Edomite women shooting AR-15s at coppers, and they try and talk the bitch down, or they're trying to talk the cracker down. You must have seen the video a little while back where an Edomite deleted his children. Did you see any copper gun him down? Nah. They'll try talking to me all patiently and shit. Okay? And then you got coons like this Jesse Lee Peterson. And the fact that he's got like a biblical name, Jesse, that pisses me off. That is a fucking dickhead, man. Okay, I'm gonna play this. Check it out, man.
Most black people hate white people.
Have I noticed most black people hate white people?
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't say that. I would say that a lot of black people have indifferences with white people, and that's.
And obviously, he's trying to be very careful with his words because these days with YouTube police and all this bullshit that's going on, all this PC shit, a man can't talk correctly because obviously, Jake over here, China Mac, I'm talking about. Fuck Jesse Lee Peterson, right? The brother over here, he's got a platform, okay, and for the most part, he visits Jakes around different parts of the country and hangs out with them, different gang members, Cambodian Jakes, Samoan Jakes, in Cali, West Coast, East Coast, and all that, and eats with them. Oh, even though he's eating abomination, but he doesn't know any better. But for the most part, of this world, he's a so-called okay Jake. Ain't no grievances against him. Anyway, let's check it out.
That's understandable.
Why is that understandable?
I mean, because we're like fresh from slavery. How long ago was slavery around? That's still people are still affected by that.
But why didn't they hate them? Why, when I was growing up, blacks didn't hate whites. They didn't blame them or anything.
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh,
I think it was something in the water where he was at. I don't know. Oh, amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. As much as you saying that black people are doing wild stuff, white people did a lot more wilder.
Like what?
I never seen a black person hang a Chinese person.
Amazing!
I never seen that. I never seen such
Have
crazy
you noticed
shit.
that most?
Now you get that. See the common sense that China Mac, I'll call him Mac, is spitting. Okay? There's no such thing, okay? Right? As forgetting the past. Do you see crackers say, oh, never forget 9/11, never forget the Alamo, never forget World War II, World War I, when it was Jake primarily fighting, okay? You had Judite Jakes with the original look, you had Latino Jakes fighting, you had Italian Jakes, you had Irish Jakes. You had Edomites amongst them too, but primarily it was mainly Jake that made up probably at least 50 to 60% of the armed forces, man. Okay? And then you can't even come back to get a bite to eat. I don't want to deviate because I will start digressing. Ecclesiastes 3:15. That which hath been is now, and that which hath been is now, and that which is to be hath already been. And the Most High, Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai, requireth that which is past. Galatians 6:7. You reap what you sow. You can't fuck around, especially with the children of Israel, and get away with it. What did the Lord say about touching the apple of his eye? He that toucheth you, this kind of pop up here somewhere. Apple of his eye. Zechariah 2:8. For thus saith the Lord of armies, the Lord of hosts, for thus saith Yahweh Shem Yahshai of hosts, after the glory hath he sent me unto the nations. For thus saith the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshai of hosts, after the glory hath he sent me unto the nations, which spoiled you. For he that toucheth you, toucheth the apple of his eye. And Romans 12:19 says that vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. Okay? Yahweh Shem Yahshai is going to gain vengeance. Okay? And you got this. I've got to quit the. What's it called? Where's he gone? Okay, we go. Because sometimes you lose your temper, you know, and I come out with effing and blinding and all that kind of shit. I've already been struck twice, 2 strikes. I couldn't upload for 2 weeks, you know, so I've been uploading on what's it called, Rumble and Odyssey, you know. And this shit, man, really pisses me off about this Jesse Lee Peterson guy. You know, China. You can tell China not knew that this guy was a fuck. Is a clown. You know. Let's play it again, man. You know, because obviously he's a Jake. He can understand the plight of Jake, man. Even though he looks different, you can feel it. You know what I mean? Obviously, we're the same people. You think we're not going to care for our people, the plight of our people? There's only certain coons out there that would hate on their own, man, and take on for massa. Stockholm syndrome, all them babies in the womb that felt that terror, and that's passed down from every captivity till this day. That's why when you come into the truth, right, you could be a 6-foot tall Jake that lifts weights, but even in the truth and you pray, sometimes you're always nervous all the time. You're always shaking sometimes. I've had that feeling sometimes. Why the fuck am I always nervous? But then you pray and try and exercise them demons off, you know? And then obviously you get stronger spiritually, then you get ready to face the world. Then you just say to yourself, you know what? We're going to come into Jacob's trouble. Why are you worried about this situation when Yahweh Hashem Mashai, Lord willing, gets us through this situation of Jacob's trouble, man? You know? Where you have this negative view of yourself, where you have this fear sometimes. Sometimes you don't want to even leave the house, especially now with everything that's going out there. So, you know, all the hell that Jake went through, man. And still to this day, Jakes are being lynched, but that's being brushed under the carpet. You can still find the news, man. Last time I checked out for that, it was 2017. Last time a Jake got lynched, but obviously it's been happening. It's still happening. Esau causes all these problems, right? Leaving guns in the neighborhood, grenades and all that, and then the curse takes jobs away, and then Jake doesn't know what to do. Okay, then you got Edomites that come to Jake, like in Menace to Society, when when that cracker comes to Jake's house saying, and Jake says to him, and Jake says to him, "Oh, you're not too scared to come into this neighborhood and ask a black man to steal for your funky ass, is you?" Okay, because they know Jake's in a bind. Jake needs money, so they're gonna come and say, "Okay, yeah, you steal these cars for me," you know, and then they create the 3-strike law, man. You know, giving Eve all the jobs, higher paying jobs and all that. And then the man is emasculated, man, where he can't provide, where she's paying for everything. Okay, if you watch that movie Roadhogs, is it Roadhogs with John Travolta and who else was in it? John Travolta and Martin Lawrence. Okay, is it Roadhogs with all three? You got the Tim the Toolman Taylor from Home Improvement. I forgot his name. Okay, is it Roadhogs? I think it is. Yeah, yeah, that movie where they're 3 of them. They're three, 4 guys. They're middle aged, whatever, and they go on a road trip. And Martin Lawrence is the only visible Jake. Even though John Travolta's a Jake, but obviously he plays a so-called white man in it because he looks like one, right? Every single one of them has a job, and they're the providers in the family. But what's Martin Lawrence? He's a house husband, and his woman is a provider. See, they put it in your face like that. It's the hell that Jake's got to go through. Covertly, directly, spiritually, physically, and mentally. Then you got these MFers like Jesse Lee Peterson and other coons out there. You can tell in the ancient world, these were the same guys, man, that sold a lot of Jake out. And they definitely sold out our king, man. Malaka Mashiach Yahushai, right? And ninjas like this are going to go through some serious ish when hell pops off, man. Anyway, let's play again, man.
Black people hate white people?
Have I noticed most black people hate white people?
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't say that. I would say that a lot of black people have indifferences with white people, and that's understandable.
Why is that understandable?
I mean, because we're like fresh from slavery. How long ago was slavery around? People are still affected by that.
But why didn't they hate them? Why, when I was growing up, blacks didn't hate whites. They didn't blame them or anything.
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh,
I think it was something in the water where he was at. I don't know. Oh, amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. As much as you saying that black people are doing wild stuff, white people did a lot more wilder.
Like what?
I never seen a black person hang a Chinese person.
You ain't been hanging around long
Amazing! I never seen that. I never seen such
Have you
crazy
noticed
shit.
that most?
You see when he said which basically means, right? If you can read a Jake and Jake Stees, he's basically saying to Jesse Lee Peterson by saying He's saying 2 or 3 things. Number 1, are you effing kidding? Number 2, have you read a history book, a real history book? Number 3, you're old enough to remember, all the slavery movies, right? And I'm sure at your age, you've definitely heard of the Israelites, because the Israelites been teaching on the street since 1969. No, it's the 70s, 80s, 90s. He knows, man, because to be part on the left-hand side, you need to know what's on the right-hand side. That's why most of these rappers and athletes and these people that are in the forefront know who they are. But they can't see past this place. All right, I'm just going to go into a couple more scriptures about Israelite foreigners and stuff like that. Isaiah 16 verse 4, let mine outcasts dwell with thee, Moab, be thou a covert to them from the face of the spoiler, for the extortioner is at an end, the spoiler ceaseth, and the oppressors are consumed out of the land. So the Lord is saying that a lot of Judites, a lot of Israelites are there in China, okay? Well, if you see a group of so-called Chinese guys that can rap, that can sing, you close your eyes and they sound like, I don't know, Babyface or something, or they sound like Genuine, or they sound like a Luther Vandross, right? But you see that it's like Hong Kong Phooey standing there, but really that's Jake. That's an Israelite. That's that soul. The packet on the outside is different, but that soul is there. How many brothers to this day deal with so-called Chinese women, Japanese women, East Indian women, so-called white women, Caucasian women? And sometimes the children come out looking like the mother. In the first generation. We always say Blake Griffin. Look at him, for crying out loud. Okay, you want to see East Indian Jake, an Israelite foreigner? Look at Super Cat. You want to see another? Look at Nicki Minaj. Her surname is Maharaj. Real surname. They changed it to Minaj because of Menage a Trois. They want to put everything on the left-hand side. Maharaj means king. Look at Ashley Banks from Fresh Prince. Her father is an Israelite foreigner. Okay, so-called East Indian, but I think he's Muslim or something like that. Muslim religion. Okay, hence her name is Tatiana Ali. These are just small examples. Obviously, these men married so-called black women. Okay, that's why Ashley Banks is quite attractive when she was a younger woman. Natural long hair. The Judite woman is probably hating on her. All right, we're everywhere, man. And sometimes, you may have the look to a certain degree, but then it just changes. Like, for example, let's just say, right, you and Jake, you plow an Edomite woman, right, or an Israelite foreigner woman, right, that looks like an Edomite. Your son comes out looking like his mother. Blonde hair, blue eyes, or curly blonde hair with blue eyes. And he grows up and plows an East Indian woman, okay? And then your grandson grows up and he plows a Moabite woman. Can you see the difference? There's Israelites. We're the largest race on the planet Earth, man. Okay? And now I'm going everywhere with this, but I'm trying to show that, the fact that China Mac is talking some common sense, right, is a simple fact that you're going to say, oh, man, that Chinese guy's all right, man. He's okay. You don't realize he's one of us. Wherever you see style, salt, dress code, steez, you see someone dressed right. You see someone, I don't know, breakdancing or something, pop locking, someone singing, dancing, someone dunking, someone playing soccer, someone playing baseball, someone cooking right, cooking the food right, lawful food, right? Someone who has this just natural common, just does amazing things that are unique, that are not in correlation with that specific group that you think they are, right? You don't see Chinese people, as a majority getting down like China Mac, because he's an Israelite, man. Bruce Lee, for example, Israelite. The spiritual things he says, the way he moved, and the fact that the man knew how to cha-cha and tango and dance. The guy had soul, and all his best friends were so-called black men. Okay? And he never had an ounce of so-called racism or hatred towards them, even though those are the curses pursuant to Deuteronomy 28:54. He never had that. Yeah? I'm thinking, should I go into some other... all right. Let's do one more. Deuteronomy 28:64. And the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yashar shall scatter thee among all people from one end of the earth even unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. Okay? And another thing about China Mac, he always talks about God as well. God, Jake naturally has an affinity to the Most High, no matter whatever they call him. Because they may not have the name, but they know that there's a higher power and there's judgment. Okay, if you do wrong, okay, heathens don't care about the Most High like that, man. Okay, they have an affinity to the Most High, but not according to knowledge. All right. Actually, since I said it, let me just find it, man. I don't want to disturb. Is it Romans 10:2? Yeah, Romans 10:2. For I bear them record that they have a zeal of the Most High, Yahweh Hashem Yashai, but not according to knowledge. All right, so where are we? Yeah. So he's a Jake. If you look at his mother looks kind of like an Ephraimite or Gadite. His mother could be Jake too. Because I live next to a Moabite woman, man. They're heathens. All right, heathens, and they cook some foul ish. All right. Most of these gang members that you see in the West Coast, like Waching, all these gangs and these Chinese Bloods and Japanese Bloods and Crips, Cambodian Bloods and Crips, they're all Jake, man. Okay, they're not heathens just joining gangs. Yeah, it's probably cup one or two in them, yeah, but for the most part, they're Jake, man. All right, you can just tell through the spirit that yo, you know. All right, see, it goes to show that you can't judge a book by its cover, man. And the Lord had to hide us as well. All right? Because Esau's carnal. He's going to try and eliminate all the so-called black men, not knowing that most of those black men, some of them are Edomites. Because Esau was popping Jake women, all right? Native Indian women, his native Indian women that were converted to Catholicism, that were given a Spanish language, that are what we call Hispanics today, as well as a so-called black woman. I hate saying so-called black, but we've got to say it because that's a worldly term that people are going to understand. All right, the Judite woman and the Benjamite woman and the Levite woman. And they put their own sons into slavery. Can you imagine that? You're an Edomite, but you got the Negro look, so you go through hell in this side, and then when you die, or when Yahushua returns, you're still going to go into slavery again. The Lord is cold, man. Yahushua is cold. Yeah? And then you got Jakes that look like so-called Edomites, They look real sharp and all that. Right? That are blessed on this side to a certain degree. But then in the kingdom, when the change comes, they're going to get their look back and they're going to be blessed again. If you look at it that way, the Lord had to hide us, man, in every nation. Okay? Why? To preserve the Israelite seed and also the hopeful elect amongst everybody. Okay? But don't worry, don't get it twisted. In the kingdom, we're going to get our look back, man. We're going to get our tribal looks back, and we're going to be under one banner. And ain't going to be none of this ish of like, oh man, I'm Mexican, man. I want to live in the barrio amongst my own, so I can speak Spanish slang. I eat my carnitas and all that kind of thing. I'm a Benjamite, man. I don't want to live around these Judites because I want to eat some roti and I want to eat some plantain. I want to eat some rice and beans. I want to talk my slang. I want to talk about the islands because you know what? Is people are going to gravitate towards a specific tribe because that's what you think that you are, not knowing we're the same people. You're cool when you're around each other, but you're extra cool when you're around your specific people that you grew up around. Why? Because that connection is made through food, lingo, names, so-called culture that you grew up around. You know what I'm trying to say? But under the ban of Yasharallah, once we're in the kingdom, man, all that's going to be eliminated. It's going to be all praise to Yahweh Hashem Yashar under the ban of Yasharallah, man. Ezekiel 37, man, that one stick. I know it's a short vid, but I just had to. Sometimes you go, the spirit jumps on you and you want to talk about things, man. And I've seen some vids today that really burned me up, man. You know, really cheesed me off to the max. But anyway, I'm gonna leave it there. My man China Mac spat some truth there, and Jesse Lee Peterson's a fucking clown, man. All praises to Yahweh, Allahayno, Bahasham Yahushai, Bahasham Rakakwadash, Mawatha Bad Babal, Kwam Yashrala, Shalom.